A very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome back to English class. Hope you all are fine. So you all had written the test related to prepositions really well. So today we'll be starting off with a new poem. Okay. So do you like to be happy? Yes, right? All of you all would love to be happy. So tell me, what are the things that make you happy? You like watching a movie and then you like speaking to your friends, all that makes you happy, right? And when you're small, your parents would have sung a lullaby, yeah? They sing for you, they put you to sleep, all that makes you happy, right? And they describe about, the jungle, animals, looking at animals, all that might make you happy. And so, this is a poem about a person who is to sing a song for a child. Okay, a piper. Okay, it's about a piper. Who's a piper? So I'll show you a instrument. So this you have seen, right, like a flute. So a pipe is a instrument which produces sound, and as you do this, based on the when you blow the air, it produces different sounds and will have the holes in it. Okay, so this is a pipe which I made for you all. Okay, so a person who is playing with this pipe or the plays music with it is called a piper. Okay, and here, so there's one more which I made. You have seen Krishna have this, right? He sings with this, like, plays flute with it. So this is also called a pipe. Okay, so I'll read the poem. Open page number 55 from your English Government Reader. Page number 55. Please listen to it carefully. You can see a piper here. So even this is a pipe. Okay, the person holding, please look into your textbooks. Piping down the valleys wide, piping songs of pleasant glee. On a cloud I saw a child, and he laughing said to me, pipe a song about a lamb. So I piped with merry cheer. Piper, pipe that song again. So I piped, he wept to hear. Drop thy pipe, thy happy pipe. Sing thy songs of happy cheer. So I sang the same again, while he wept with joy to hear. Piper, sit thy down and write in a book that all may read. So he vanished from my sight, and I plucked a hollow reed, and I made a rural pen, and I stained the water clear, and I wrote my happy song. Every child may joy to hear. It's written by William Blake. Okay, so it is a very simple poem. It just tells us, about happiness. Did you understand anything from it when I read? We'll go through it again. So here it says that a piper was just piping his happy songs. He was just singing around with his flute and, with his instrument and making, producing sounds. And then in a cloud, he saw a child. Okay, in a cloud, he just saw, it's just imagination. Okay, he just saw a child, and the child said, can you pipe that happy song again about a lamb, describing a lamb? Lamb, right? Sheep, lamb, all those. So normally when you're small, you ask about describing about animals, right? Same way, when the small baby, you can see in the picture here, you can see in the cloud, the baby says, okay, it's just imagination. Baby says, could you please pipe it again? So I'll read it again. See, piping down the valleys wild. What is a valley? Okay, valley is when there are two mountains and in between there'll be water flowing. Okay, so that is called a valley. So please turn your page and you can see the lowland lying between hills or mountains, often with a river flowing through it. As I said, so there'll be mountains like this, and when the water flows in between, that is called a valley. Okay, so where was the piper? The piper was, piping down the valley while, where the valley was there, he was just happily walking around with his piping instrument. Piping songs of pleasant glee. What do you mean by glee? G-L-E-E. Glee means very happy. He was just, when do you sing? When you're happy, right? So same way, he was just taking his instrument. Few of you all play violin, keyboard. So when you're happy, you do all that, right? So even this piper was piping his songs of pleasant glee. Pleasant glee means very happy songs he was piping. On a cloud, I saw a child. So this this Will, who's a piper here? The poet William Blake is a piper, and he's describing. So he says, on a cloud I saw a child. So he's describing he saw a child on the cloud, and he laughing said to me, and he's saying that, right? The kids are laughing, the child was laughing, said to me, pipe a song about a lamb. So he asked the piper, could you pipe a song about a lamb, describing a lamb? So I piped with merry cheer, and this piper, this poet William Blake, was very happy. So in a happy way, he just piped the song for the child. When the kids say something to you, you do it, right? Same way. So I piped with merry cheer. Merry cheer means very happy, very cheerful, joyfully. I sang the song for the child about a lamb, Lamb, lamb. Okay, now Piper piped that song again. So this child was very happy. He said, could you pipe it again for me? Piper, pipe that song again. So I piped, he wept to hear. Okay? Wept to hear means he was very happy. The child was very happy to listen to that song again. He was happy that this piper sang it for him again. Now again the child says, drop thy pipe. What is the meaning of thy? Thy means in a poetic word it is your. Okay, instead of saying your pipe, drop thy pipe, he said. Instead of saying drop your pipe, he says, drop thy pipe, thy happy pipe. Sing thy songs of happy cheer. So he said, now you stop piping, you keep the pipe there and you sing it with happy cheer. So I sang the same again while he wept with joy to hear. And this child, is making this piper sing all the songs. Now he said, keep that instrument and just sing without the instrument. And he did it same, the poet followed the same instructions as the child said. Piper, sit thee down and write. Next, the poet, the poet, as in, the child says the poet. Next, what you're supposed to do? Sit down and write these songs. Okay, so he was like an instant composer, and making songs and singing for the child. So he said, Piper, sit down and write these songs. Why? So that everyone, all the children can read it and enjoy it. Okay, in a book that all may read. Why did you want to write it? If it is just said, you forget it, right? But if you write it down, you will, so that all the children can read it. So he vanished from my sight. What happened then? After telling this, the child vanished. Vanished means completely disappeared. Okay. So till then in the cloud, the child was there. And then suddenly the child disappeared after telling this. So he vanished from my sight. And I plugged a hollow reed. What is a hollow reed? A stem, a stem which is hollow. Hollow means it's empty. Now I'm just showing an example. So imagine this is a stem and this is hollow. It's empty inside, right? So he just plugged a hollow stem. You get it, right? He was just between the valley, there'll be plants. He just plugged a stem. Okay, plugged means what? Pull it. Pluck a flower, you say, plugged a hollow reed, and I made a rural pen. Okay, so he's just telling it in his own imagination, like he made it like a pen, okay, writing. Okay, and I stained the water clear. What did the poet do? He was just writing on the water. You just move the stem on the water, right? So he acted like he's writing on the water. It's just showing, innocence of it. Okay, so it's just a poem. It's not literally writing on the water, because you cannot see anything if you write on the water. Okay, so he just stained the water clear. Means he just, went on the water. He just wrote with the hollow reed. And I wrote my happy songs. Every child may joy to hear. So this poet is saying that we have to just be happy. So do anything, so that we'll be happy, just about happiness. You'll understood? It is a very simple poem. Well, first, the poet was singing song, then he saw a child on the cloud. The child says to sing the songs with a pipe about a lamb. And then without the pipe, and what did the child say? You have to write it down so that everyone gets to read the poem and enjoy those songs. Clear? So there are a few words which you came across. You can see the glossary part. That is valley, pipe, piping. Piping means playing with a pipe. So pipe is basically a musical instrument with holes. I told you, right? So this is a pipe, okay? So, a piping, this instrument which has holes, that's a pipe. And piping means with this, you sing with this, and when you sing, it's called piping with a pipe. Now, merry means joyous, very happy. Okay, so then a few cheer, wept, die, thee. Thee means you. When did we use thee? Okay, so in the poem, you can see that sit thee down and write. Okay, so when you say please sit down and write, instead of saying you can use the word thee. It is just poetic words. Clear? So these are a few words. And glee, one new word which you learned, glee. What do you mean? Feeling very happy. Happy, very happy, it's called as glee. So these are a few new words which you would have come across in this poem. Next is the question answers. I will be sending the photo of the question answers. Okay, the CW. Please complete your CW. And your homework is, I want you all to learn the question answers and send an audio message of you repeating those 4 question answers twice. Because if I tell you to write, you just write it down, you just copy it from the CW. I don't want that. So at least if you tell, if you tell, it might register into your mind. So just send an audio message of you and repeating the question answers. First, write it down into your CW, and then I want you to repeat each and every question answer twice and send me the audio message of it. Okay, and there's one more thing which I would want to tell you about alliteration. alliteration. Okay, what is an alliteration? In grammar, you would come across that. So whenever the same sound is repeated in a poem, it's called a alliteration. Okay, so not only in a poem, whenever you say, so if you would have heard about tongue twisters, right? I'll tell you one. She sells seashells on the seashore. It's a very common one you would have come across. What is it? She sells sorry. She sells seashells on the seashore. Okay, so this is the tongue twister. So when it has she, all these, right, all that is called alliteration. Now when we say the piper piped the piping song, okay, when the piper all p sound is repeated in a sentence, so that is called as alliteration. Okay, it is just introducing to this new term. It's called alliteration. Okay, what is it? Alliteration, when it has the same sounds in the sentence. Okay, so we can use this next time when we come on a Zoom meeting. We'll have this tongue twisters where I want you all to tell me the tongue twister as fast as possible. We'll have a game like that. Okay, students, hope you all understood the poem, and please go through the question answers. Okay, now let's just just brush up about the question answers as well. In the first 2 stanzas of the poem, you see 2 people. Who are they? The 2 people. One is the child, and the second one, the piper. Who's the piper? The poet. Who's the poet? William Blake. These are the 2 people which you come across. Okay, are they happy or sad? How can you say? They're happy. Obviously, they're happy because they're singing happy songs. So the first answer is clear to you all. Next one. The child saw the piper first. How do you know? Is the child a boy or a girl? So who saw the child saw the piper first? Yes, right? The child has seen the piper first because he just says, please sing the song of a lamb. And is the child a boy or a girl? It's very simple. In the poem, it says he wept to hear. They use a word he for the child. So the child is a boy. Next one. The child heard the piper piping below. Yes, that's a true fact. True or false? So that is true. Why did the piper pipe with merry cheer? Why was he happy? Because the child asked the piper to sing the songs or to pipe the songs of a lamb. Okay, so then that's why the piper piped with merry cheer. See, the piper piped with merry cheer. All that is alliteration. Okay, so why was he happy? Because the child asked him to pipe happy songs about lamb. The child liked the song the piper piped. True or false? Yes, it's true because he wept to hear and he was very happy. And I wrote my song, says the poet. What did he wish to happen? Why did the poet write his songs? So that all the children in the future, in the present and future, will be able to enjoy his songs. Next one. We have enjoyed this poem, haven't we? Give your reasons. Okay, have you enjoyed this poem? Did you like this poem? Yes. Why do you like it? Because this whole poem is about being happy. Okay, that we need to be happy, all those. So that's why we like this poem. Next one. There are 2 incidents that can happen only in someone's dream. Skim the poem and find them out. What is it? There are 2 incidents. It's just, I told you, right? It's just imagination. What is it? The first one is the child appearing on a cloud. It can just happen in a dream. It's because it's just imagination. And the second one, what is out of imagination? writing, with a hollow stem, he wrote on the water clear, right? Staying the water clear. So those two are just imagination, and it can happen only in a dream. Why does only the child speak to the piper, not the piper to the child? Why does it happen? Because it's just imagination. The piper's imagining that the child is speaking. Next, the child hears the piper piping and the piper, the child speaking. True. Okay. So again, alliteration. See, piper, piping, and the piper, all those. Okay. Next, does the poet praise the quality of innocence? Skim through the poem and find out two symbols of innocence. Innocence. What is the wept with joy and writing on the telling the poet to write on the stained water to so that all the children can read and enjoy. All that is just innocence, clear innocence. I just ran through the question answers and just brushing up through it. Now I want you all to follow the photo and write down neatly by drawing lines. Draw lines neatly and maintain your CW neatly, and send me the photo of once you complete the CW. And the other homework is to send the audio message of you repeating each question answer twice to my phone number. So I hope you all liked it. Hope you all are happy. Take care. Bye bye. See you all soon.